Welcome to Channel H2O. I'm your host, Mike Lee, and today we're talking about the Sacramento-San Joaquin Bay-Delta with the Water Authority's Assistant General Manager, Dennis Cushman. I recently sat down with Dennis and I asked him to start by telling me just what's so important about the Bay-Delta.
Well, for San Diego, the Delta provides about 20% of all the water supply used in San Diego, and there's been a process underway in Sacramento for the past 7 years to address the water supply reliability and ecosystem problems that are affecting our water supplies from the Delta.
So what are the main options right now that the Water Authority is looking at to solve some of these issues?
Well, the Water Authority is going to study the BDCP's preferred alternative. It's a 9,000 cubic foot per second twin tunnels of 40 feet in diameter, 35 miles long, tunneled under the Delta. So we're going to look at that alternative and a series of smaller alternatives, including one of the alternatives in the BDCP is for no project at all. It's the no action alternative. So we'll compare what benefits you can get from a big facility and two smaller facilities compared to doing nothing at all.
Can you give me an idea of some of the specific policy principles that are in place right now to guide the Water Authority?
Sure. Some of the key policy principles is, number one, is it affordable? Whether a project can be built is one question, but can the cost of that project be affordable for ratepayers? The second is who is going to pay for the project? So what kind of long-term financial commitments, firm enforceable commitments, will the state of California require of all of the parties that have said they'll pay for the project? What shape will those take? Are those going to be long-term contracts, or are they simply going to rely on variable water sales to pay the bills? Third is, does the project fulfill the dual goals of restoring water supply reliability and enhancing and restoring the ecosystem in the Delta?
And what are the next steps, Dennis?
We have a series of meetings, special meetings set between now and the end of the year to bring to the Board of Directors of the Water Authority the analyses of these four alternatives that we're looking at. And for the Board of Directors to take in that information, ask questions, debate among themselves the pluses and minuses of each or any of the alternatives, and ultimately lead up to a decision at the end of this year to not only provide the Water Authority's comments on the BDCP plan through its environmental review process, but ultimately, if not late this year, perhaps next year, for the Board of Directors to take a position either potentially endorsing one or more of the project alternatives.